To elect J.J. Brindley, Sarah W. Reese, Treasurer. Giles County is growing, and you need an established and trusted real estate partner to make sure you get the best price possible for your property. First Realty Group is that partner, celebrating their 26th year here in 2022 and looking forward to helping you make the big decisions that will affect you and your family for years to come. Visit frg1.com. Let them show you why First Realty Group is first for a reason.
Hi, this is J.J. Brindley. I'm a candidate for mayor of Pulaski. I humbly ask you for your support and vote in the November 8th election. Thank you.
Paid for by the committee to elect J.J. Brindley, Sarah W. Reese, Treasurer.
Are you ready for your next challenge? I'm Ryan Cox with Giles County Fire Rescue. 7 stations in Giles County have fired up the call for volunteers to join forces for fire protection and emergency rescue response. There's a place to serve near you. Giles County Fire Rescue is always looking for bright and enthusiastic people to volunteer. Our members come from all walks of life. Serve and protect your family, your friends, your neighbors by volunteering with Giles County Fire Rescue. To volunteer or donate, visit our website at gilescountyfirerescue.org.
Hi, I'm Hagen Haney, and I wanted to tell you about Haney Realty and Property Management. It's my dad's business, but he has a lot of really nice and smart people who work with him. When people want to sell or buy a house or some land, they call my dad and his friends at Haney Realty and Property Management. It must be a lot of fun because every time I see them, they're smiling. Haney Realty and Property Management is your best friend in real estate. Give them a call at 347-9150.
If you're looking to spread the word, look no further than Holly's Printing, where Giles Countyans have been printing for more than 60 years. Signs, banners, wall graphics, auto graphics, window clings, and more. Holly's Printing will help you get the word out in style with custom services and installation. Choose the materials that best fit your needs, choose the design that matches your message, and choose the size that gets your message the most attention. Let Holly's Printing make you look good in print. Call 931-363-3161.
M&M Staffing, LLC is Giles County's locally owned staffing agency. Owner John Bray.
Okay, there's 21 commissioners present. Court open.
All rise. Giles County Court is now in session. Carol Wade will be presiding.
Now, Mr. Reedy, I'll call you to give the opening prayer and pledge, please, sir.
Okay, let's bow. Lord, we thank you for today, and we thank you for the beautiful weather we have. We thank you for the beautiful part of the world that we live in here in Giles County. It's so majestic, and we look around and we see signs all in this county that you're a true and living God, and that you're blessing us. We ask you to bless us as a county commission. May we be good stewards of the responsibility that we have been given by our constituents there. And Lord, may we work together in a way that we can maintain our own individuality and our own ideas and our own values, but yet let's work with each other. May we all realize that each has their say, but we all don't
Nomination ceases.
Okay. Have a second? Okay, if you will, please vote. Congratulations, Mr. Stowe, you're the chairman.
Okay, next order of business.
Next order of business is approval of the minutes of the August 15, 2022 regular meeting of the Giles County Legislative Body.
I move to approve.
Commissioner Kirby,
Second.
okay, please vote. Okay, next order of business.
Next order of business is address the Commission and Economic Development Director, David Hamilton is here.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. These are the July unemployment rates for Giles County. I'll make that, how's that? There we go. All right, good morning again. Unemployment rates for Giles County. Giles County is at 4.0. We were at 4.3 last month. Lincoln County is 3.7. Lawrence is 4.1. Marshall is 3.8. And Murray's 3.5, the state's 3.3, and the U.S. is 3.5. Since I reported last, we have submitted RFIs for Project Henry. They're looking for 50 acres, 2 separate facilities, 380 jobs, $136 million investment. We promoted Lot 5 and Lot 5 because they would do separate plants. They're one of the largest pure-play hydrogen producers in the world, and the plants will produce proton exchange membrane electrolyzers and liquid alkaline electrolyzers. We also submit on Project Strain, which is a 20 to 30 acre tract, automotive project, 300 jobs. We submitted Lot 15. And then Project Isotrope was 30 jobs. They did want a truck rail site or a transload yard close by. They do bioplastics and food products industry. We recommended the Edelman building because they wanted to lease some space, so we recommended the Edelman building on that. Project T, which toured the Edelman building on July the 18th, decided that they wanted to be closer to the metro area, so they decided not to come to that facility. Project Biscuit was another project we had scheduled for the Edelman building visit. They were going to employ 30 people. They were going to make pet food for horses. They had a scheduled visit for the Edelman building on August 31st, but the company canceled the visit the day before and decided they wanted to get closer to Metro Center. The transload yard, Patriot Rail, has added a state-of-the-art conveyor system and are evaluating adding more rail spurs into the site. They are also looking at possibly purchasing some additional acreage to enlarge their transload area. Currently, they're transloading lumber and talc into the facility, but there's obviously going to be growing. We still Still working on Frito-Lay expansion. It seems like that's expansion that won't go away. It's been over a year we've been working on that, but hopefully it's going to get closed soon. We recently sent out, because we've had a lot of changes in the staff at TVA and ECD and the marketing staff, we submitted to them a list of all of our sites with the marketing packets and all the drone video for each of those sites, so that they be a little bit more familiar. Hopefully they will come down. We're going to invite them to come down and visit the sites and visit Giles County and Pulaski to see what we have to offer. So hopefully we'll get that scheduled in the near future. And then we did send out some information to 2 retailers here recently. But our biggest challenge is, I think you're all aware of that, if you go down College Street, there's just not enough vacant land through there to locate retail, so that's a struggle because that's where not I want to be. However, we did have one that we would consider locating off of College Street, which so we recommended some project sites for them as well. And I don't want to go over 5 minutes, that's got my limit, but I would like to offer to all the new county commissioners that if you'd like to, I can come to your office, or if you'd like to stop by, I'm glad to talk to you about our efforts to recruit jobs, and I'll be glad to take you on a tour of the industrial parks. When I refer to Lot 15 and Lot 5, you'll know basically what I'm referring to. So anybody who'd like to do that, I'm happy to do that anytime. And if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, Mr. Hamilton. The next order of business.
Next order of business is public comments.
Are there any public comments relating to today's agenda? Mr. Chairman? Yes, sir.
If a representative from either the Trail of Tears or Boys and Girls Club is present, I feel like it would be appropriate at this point to have them say a few words, given that it's on the agenda for voting. Resolution 2251 includes both the Boys and Girls Club and Trail of Tears. If there are any representatives present, Ms. Tatum, Ms. Story.
Okay. The chair recognizes Ms. Story. Mr. Hamilton?
Boys and Girls Club.
Who's representing them? Okay.
Good morning. Somebody did not get your letter, and I do apologize for that. We are a nonprofit organization. Most of you know that. I would like to invite all of you down to the Trail of Tears Interpretive Center. We have an outstanding interpretive center there. A lot of people call it a museum, but it is an interpretive center because we do tell everything that happened to the Native Americans when they came through here and all along the route to Tahlequah, Oklahoma. We had a motorcycle ride this past Saturday, brought in about $500. Every bit of that money goes back into advertising, and our advertising brings money into the Giles County because that's where it's going. That's our whole purpose, is to advertise and get more folks in here so they can spend more money. We are have been doing this for, I guess, way before Joyce got here, and we started it in 2000, and we are getting comments from all kind of people. The majority of our folks that are visiting, they're coming from out of state, a lot of them from Tahlequah, Oklahoma. We're getting, we have gotten 3 paintings from Tahlequah, Oklahoma already, and we are gradually becoming so full that we're having room placing everything where it is. But Peggy Tatum, who I thought was going to be here this morning, she'd be talking, but Peggy and Louis Hamilton, they are doing most of the organization where everything goes in that center. And it's awesome what they've done. I do encourage you to come down. If you'd like a personal tour, just come on, let us know when you're coming. Any questions? Joyce?
Yes. Okay. Some of the money that you're requesting, I know we talked about it when I was in tourism, getting some signs on the attraction boards on the interstate that will bring people off, because a lot of people follow this Trail of Tears. They wouldn't believe how many does. So those are expensive. You have to pay yearly once they're installed. So some of this money would go toward that, right?
Yes, ma'am. Every bit of it that we have that will apply toward that, we will.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Stewart.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Mr. Hamilton, you have 5 minutes.
I don't think I'll take that long. Welcome again. I'm the chairman of the Boys and Girls Club of Pulaski. I also serve on the corporate Boys and Girls Club in Columbia, which we are a part of. Many of you will remember many years ago we had a Boys and Girls Club that kind of went under. We were doing it by our operating, I wasn't here at the time, but they were operating by itself and went under. And then we started back up, partnering with the Columbia Boys and Girls Club. And so we have requested $1,000 from the county commission each year. And this year, I think in the budget process, we were turned down. And then after that, I think Mike Cesarini made a motion to increase that to $5,000, which is we were excited and pleased with. But we certainly would be more interested in getting $1,000 that y'all have awarded us in the past. The Boys and Girls Club, as y'all all know, we have a lot of programs, after-school programs. During the summer, we have a summer program, and we had up to 82 students last year. And we have a luncheon on October 20th as our Be the One luncheon. That's where we get most of our money raised. And I will tell you, if you haven't been to that luncheon, please try to attend. You'll find out why I'm passionate about the Boys and Girls Club, while a lot of the board members are. Last year, we had a parent get up and talked about her daughter was autistic and was nonverbal, wouldn't talk, wouldn't do anything. She sent her to the Boys and Girls Club, enrolled her in the Boys and Girls Club, and she said within 2 years, her daughter was talking, she was having fun, she had friends. So those are the types of things that we deal with on a daily basis. Not only that though, but we have educational programs. So after school, when they come in, we have an hour's worth of homework time where we assist the students with their homework. There's a lot of programs that I wish Devin had been here. I didn't realize it was on the agenda actually. But we do a lot of good things for the youth in our community, and we appreciate any help the county commission can give us. Thank you. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hamilton. Next order of business.
Next order of business is election of the chairman pro tem.
Commissioner Reed.
Yes, I'd like to nominate Aaron Curry.
For a second. Ms. Pruitt. Commissioner Reiser.
I'd like to nominate Tracy Wilbur.
Second. And second, Kevin Savage. Any others? Is there a motion to close nominations?
Motion closed.
Second.
You need to call the name. Ms. Curry. Curry. Latham. Mr. Latham.
Curry. Ms. Woodard.
Ms. Wood.
Curry.
Mr. Jones.
Wilbur.
Mr. Wobble.
Wilbur.
Mr. Wilbur.
Wilbur.
Mr. Adams.
Wilbur.
Ms. Guthrie.
Wilbur.
Mr. Reiser.
Wilbur.
Mr. Hopkins.
Wilbur.
Mr. Reed.
Curry.
Mr. Savage.
Wilbur.
Mr. Butler?
Wilburn.
Ms. Jones?
Wilburn.
Mr. Rebelski?
Wilburn.
Mr. Padua?
Curry.
Ms. Brown?
Curry.
Mr. Sutton?
Curry.
Ms. Goolsby?
Curry.
Ms. Pruitt?
Curry.
And Mr. Woodard?
Wilburn.
9 for Ms. Curry and 12 for Mr. Wilbur. So Mr. Wilbur is the chairman pro tem.
Okay, the next order of business.
The next order of business is election of the chaplain.
Floor is open to nominations. Ms. Pruitt,
I'd like to nominate Roger Reedy.
Commissioner Reedy,
I second.
and a second by Ms. Woodard.
I'd like to
Commissioner
nominate
Jones.
Matt Pavelski.
Commissioner Pavelski, is there a second? And Commissioner Gates. Motion for nominations to cease.
Cease.
Commissioner Reiser, second. Commissioner Hopkins.
Ms. Curry? Reedy? Mr. Lathrop?
Rebelski.
Ms. Woodard?
Curry. Reedy, excuse me. I'm on the wrong thing here, looking at my face.
Mr. Jones?
Rebelski.
I'll be all right.
Mr. Wong?
Reedy.
Mr. Wilbur?
Rebelski.
Mr. Adams?
Rebelski.
Ms. Guthrie?
Rubelski.
Mr. Ryder?
Rebelski.
Mr. Hopkins?
Rebelski.
Mr. Reedy?
Reedy.
Mr. Savage?
Rebelski.
Mr. Butler?
Reedy.
Ms. Jones?
Rubelski.
Mr. Rebelski?
Rebelski.
Mr. Padua?
Reedy.
Ms. Brown?
Reedy.
Mr. Sutton?
Reedy.
Ms. Goolsby?
Reedy.
Ms. Pruitt?
Reedy.
Mr. Woodard?
Rebelski.
Mr. Reedy got 10, Mr. Rebelski got 11. Mr. Rebelski is the chaplain.
Next order of business.
Next order of business is the notaries. We have the following renewal notaries. They are Ann Basinger, Steve Bledsoe, Nicole Bostetter, Tammy Gordon, Melissa Pope Griggs, Stella Jett, and Joyce L. Wood. The new notaries are Jesse Wynn Ballard, Angela Michelle Paul, Jackie Hartman, Renee Marie Lorette, and Ashton Chambry Pierce.
Yes, sir.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion approved. Second, Mr. Long. Please vote.
The vote is 21 ayes.
Okay, next order of business.
The next order of business is the Giles County committees.
And we'll start with ambulance and rescue squad committee, and we'll do this by district. So if you've already worked this out by district, please stand if you're going to be on the ambulance and rescue squad committee. Lathrop, Commissioner Womble, Commissioner Guthrie, Commissioner Savage, Commissioner Butler, Commissioner Sutton, Okay. The floor is open for nominations for chair.
I'd like to nominate Commissioner Womble for chairman.
Second, Mr. Savage.
Make a motion nomination cease.
Nomination ceased by Mr. Butler. All in favor of Mr. Womble? Yeah, good. And vice, yes, Mr. Womble.
Grant, could we get you a microphone?
Yeah, I need to move it back and forth. Thank you, David. Okay, motions are open for vice chair. Mr. Womble?
I'll nominate Dr. Lathrop.
Dr. Lathrop?
Second.
Second, Ms. Guthrie. Any other motions or motions to cease?
Make a motion nomination cease.
Okay, congratulations, Dr. Lathrop. And for secretary? Sorry? Well, there's only one person. Ms. Guthrie?
Secretary?
Secretary.
Okay, I'd like to nominate Shelley for second.
Commissioner Goolsby?
Goolsby, yes.
Second? Second by Commissioner Savage. Any other nominations or motion to cease?
Motion nomination.
Motion to cease, second? Second. Okay, Ms. Goolsby, secretary. Thank you. The next committee is audit committee, so we'll do the same thing by district, please. Anybody from the sixth? Okay, Commissioner Bajul. Okay, the floor is open for nominations for chair. Mr. Adams?
I nominate Mr. Womble.
Mr. Womble, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Curry.
Close.
And we'll close the nominations, so Commissioner Womble is chair. And the floor is open for vice chairman, nominations for vice chair. Mr. Butler?
Commissioner Curry.
Commissioner Curry. Second?
Second.
Mr. Womble? Motion cease, or are there others?
Motion cease.
Thank you. And Ms. Curry is vice chair. And for secretary? Yes, sir.
I nominate Brad Butler.
Brad Butler.
Second.
He's seconding it himself. No. Mr. Hopkins, second. And with no other nominations, Mr. Butler is secretary. Thank you. And the next committee is budget committee. Okay, the floor is open for nominations for chair. Mr. Jones.
I nominate Ms. Curry.
Ms. Curry, second by Ms. Jones. Any other nominations? Okay, we'll say nominations have ceased, and Ms. Curry is chair. Nominations for vice chair. Ms. Curry,
I nominate Commissioner Jones.
Commissioner Jones. Is there a second?
Which one? Yeah.
Which Jones?
Oh, I'm sorry. Gail.
Commissioner Dale Jones, thank you.
Sorry.
Second.
I was looking at Gail.
Very about named. Commissioner Hopkins, second. Commissioner Dale Jones. Any other nominations? Okay, Commissioner Dale Jones is vice chair. And secretary, please.
I'd like to nominate Eddie.
Commissioner Badul. Baddour for secretary. And second by Commissioner Dale Jones. Any other nominations? Okay, thank you, Commissioner Baddour. So that closes out budget. Insurance Committee? Did I skip it? Sorry. My bad. Building Committee, please. Out of alphabetical order. Building Committee. So the floor is open for nominations for chair. Commissioner Dale Jones.
I nominate Commissioner Wilburn.
Commissioner Wilburn, is there a second? Commissioner Baddour. Any others? Okay. Commissioner Wilburn is chair. And for vice chair, any nominations? Commissioner Wilburn.
Ms. Gail Jones.
Ms. Gail Jones.
Second.
Second by Mr. Hopkins. Any others? Yes, Commissioner Wilburn.
Make a motion nomination cease.
Nomination cease, and Commissioner Gail Jones is vice chair. The floor is open for secretary. Ms. Guthrie.
I'd like to nominate Ms. Woodard for secretary.
Okay, Ms. Woodard for secretary. Yes, ma'am.
I nominate Shelley Coosby.
You're gonna make us all a vote. Was there a second for Commissioner Joyce Woodard?
I second.
Let me guess who's been a second. Okay, so we have two candidates for secretary, both vying competitively. All those in favor, please raise your hand for Commissioner Goolsby. Well, if those who are on the committee, sorry. One, and all those in favor of Commissioner Woodard. So, 5. Congratulations, Commissioner Woodard.
I tried to get out of it.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, the Environmental Committee is next. And the floor is open for nomination to chair. Mr. Reisner.
I nominate Tracy Will.
Second. Ms. Brown. Any others? Commissioner Wilburn is chair. Vice chair. Mr. Wilburn.
Mr. Reisner.
Mr. Reisner for vice chair. Second. Mr. Pavelski. Any others? Okay, motion carries for Mr. Reisner as vice chair and secretary. Yes, sir.
Mr. Reedy.
Mr. Reedy as secretary. Is there a second? Ms. Brown. Any others for secretary?
Brown.
Ms. Brown for secretary. Is there a second for Ms. Brown for secretary? Mr. Reisner. Okay, all those in favor of Ms. Brown for secretary, please raise your hand. One at a time. I got 3. And all those for Mr. Reedy. Ms. Brown is now raising 2. 4. So it's 4 to 3, Mr. Reedy is secretary. Thank you. Highway Committee.
Mr. Reed?
Mr. Wilbur?
Mr. Reisner.
I took those out of order. Is there a second for Mr. Weedy, please? Okay, is there a second for Mr. Reisner? Second for Mr. Pavelski? Okay, so that leaves us Mr. Reisner is the chair. And nominations for vice chair. Mr. Reisner.
Mr. Wilbur.
Mr. Wilbur. There's a second. Mr. Pavelski. Any other nominations for vice chair? Okay. Mr. Wilbur, vice chair, and for secretary.
I nominate Shelley Gooseby.
Is there going to be a counter nomination?
Second.
Second for Ms. Goolsby. Any other nominations for secretary? Okay, Ms. Goolsby is secretary for highway. Thank you. Okay, the insurance committee, please. Okay, nominations are open for chair. Mr. Adams. Mr. Wamble. Second. Second by Mr. Sutton. Any others? Okay, Mr. Wamble is chair. And nominations for vice chair, please.
I nominate Mr. Sutton.
Mr. Sutton. Is there a second for Mr. Sutton? Ms. Pruitt? Any other nominations for vice chair? Okay, Mr. Sutton is vice chair, and nominations for secretary, please. Ms. Jones?
I nominate Commissioner Pruitt.
Savage is second. Any others for secretary? Okay, Commissioner Pruitt, secretary. Thank you. Next committee is Law Enforcement and Safety Committee. Floor is open for chair. Mr. Reisner.
Nominate David Wamble.
Mr. Wamble for chair.
Second.
Second by Ms. Brown. Any others? Okay, Commissioner Wamble is chair. Nominations for vice chair. Yes, Ms. Brown?
Commissioner Reisner.
Commissioner Reisner for vice chair. Second
Second.
by Mr. Hopkins. Any others? Mr. Reisner is vice chair. Secretary, please. Don't all charge in at once.
I nominate Ms. Bryant. Ms. Bryant.
Ms. Brown? Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Hopkins? Ms. Brown is secretary. Thank you. Next is the Legislative Committee. Okay, floor is open for nominations for chair. Mr. Terry Jones.
Nominate Ms. Woodard.
Ms. Woodard. Is there a second? Ms. Jones? I'm sorry, Ms. Guthrie.
I nominate Evan Bador.
Is there a second? Caleb Savage. Okay, have a show of hands for Ms. Joyce Woodard as chair. And show of hands for Mr. Bador as chair.
Mr. Joyce?
Yes. Ms. Woodard for vice chair. Is there a second? Mr. Jones? Any others? Okay, Commissioner Joyce Woodard as vice chair. Okay, nominations for secretary, please. Yes, Ms. Brewer. Ms. Guthrie, were you seconding yourself?
No.
Mr. Bador seconded. Ms. Guthrie?
Ms. Pruitt?
I'll second.
Okay, Mr. Savage seconded. All those in favor of Ms. Guthrie as secretary, please raise your hand. 4. That carries. Ms. Guthrie, you're secretary. Well done. Next is the Public Service Committee. Okay, nominations are open. Yes, Mr. Reed?
Commissioner Butler.
Commissioner Butler for chairman. Ms. Brown second. Mr. Yes.
Make a motion, nomination cease.
Nomination cease. Mr. Butler is chair. Nominations for vice chair. Ms. Brown.
Commissioner Reed?
Commissioner Reedy. Is there a second? Ms. Pruitt. Any others? Okay, Mr. Reedy is vice chair. And nominations for secretary, please. Ms. Guthrie.
Ms. Pruitt?
Ms. Pruitt.
Second.
Second by Mr. Wilbur. Any others? Thank you, Ms. Pruitt, your secretary. Okay, the school committee, please. Okay, the floor is open for nominations to chair. Mr. Sutton.
Nominate Ms. Sherry Goolsby.
Ms. Goolsby, is there a second? Ms. Curry? Any other nominations for chair? Okay, Ms. Goolsby is chair. Nominations for vice chair. Ms. Goolsby?
Mr. Sutton?
Mr. Sutton, second. Mr. Terry Jones? Any other nominations for vice? Thank you. Mr. Sutton is vice chair. And nominations for secretary. Ms. Curry?
Mr. Savage.
Savage, second.
I can't read my own handwriting, so that's a bad
I see a
idea.
second though. Mr. Rebelski?
I'd like to nominate Curry, Commissioner Curry, please.
Just to remind everybody, we do have someone who takes our minutes, so
Yeah.
we're not actually doing it.
There was a nomination for Ms. Curry. Was there a second for that one? Mr. Sutton? Okay, 2 candidates for secretary. All those in favor of Mr. Savage and his fantastic handwriting? Ms. Curry? And that's 3 votes and for Ms. Curry. 4. Ms. Curry is secretary. Thank you. Now, given all that work, do I hear a motion for approval and adoption of these committees? Motion. Mr. Reisner and Mr. Adams, second. Okay, we'll do a roll call. just for planning purposes, we are going to take a break. We're going to plow through probably another 15 minutes. Okay?
Vote is 21 ayes.
Okay, next order of business.
The next order of business is election of the adult-oriented establishment board. The appointees are David Adams, Shelley Goolsby, Gail Jones, and Roger Reedy. This is a 5-member board which serves a 4-year term. Another member will be appointed at a later date.
Yes, Mr. Adams.
Make a motion to approve.
Second by Mr. Hopkins. Please vote.
Vote is 21 ayes.
Okay, next order of business.
The next order of business is the election of the Agri Park Committee. Appointees are Gail Jones, Tim Reisner, Matt Rubelski, Caleb Savage, and Morris Woodard. And the commission is asked to approve these appointments for 1 year.
Mr. Wilbur?
Yes, sir. I make a motion to approve.
And a second by Mr. Butler. Please vote.
Vote is 21 ayes.
Next order of business.
The next order of business is the election of the beer board. You are to elect 2 members to 1-year terms from districts 1 and 7. And you'll also elect 3 members from districts 2, 4, and 6. They are 2-year terms. The present members already on the beer board are David Adams from District 3 and Brad Butler from District 5. Their terms are valid until September of 2023.
Okay, since we're dealing with districts 1 and 7 for 1-year terms, let's deal with that one separately. So we need, I don't know if we've discussed this beforehand, but District 1 and 7, we need 1 member from each of your districts for a 1-year term. You want to nominate Ms. Goolsby?
I do.
You're nominated.
I nominate Shelley Jones
Okay.
for the beer board.
Shelley Goolsby for the beer board. Okay. And from District 1? Yes, Ms. Curry?
I nominate Dr. Lathrop.
Dr. Lathrop is nominated. Okay. And then from District 2 for a 2-year term. Just need a nomination.
Nominate Terry Jones.
Terry Jones.
Second.
And from District 4 for a 2-year term for the beer board. Okay, Mr. Savage.
Nominate Matthew Hopkins.
Mr. Hopkins. Is there a second? Mr. Reedy. And District 6 for a 2-year term.
I would nominate Joseph Sutton.
Mr. Sutton. And second. Ms. Brown. Okay, so for the candidates, Mr. Lathrop from District 1, Ms. Goolsby from District 7, that's a 1-year term, and then Mr. Terry Jones in District 2, Mr. Hopkins, District 4, and Mr. Sutton in District 6 for a 2-year term. That's what we'll be voting on. So can I get a motion to address those as a group? Mr. Reisner, and second by Mr. Reedy. Please vote. Okay, the next order of business is going to be the county attorney, but this is a good place to take a break. We're going to take 10 minutes and reconvene at 10 o'clock, please.
Make a motion.
Giles County is growing, and you need an established and trusted real estate partner to make sure you get the best price possible for your property. First Realty Group is that partner, celebrating their 26th year here in 2022 and looking forward to helping you make the big decisions that will affect you and your family for years to come. Visit frg1.com. Let them show you why First Realty Group is first for a reason.
Hi, this is J.J. Brindley. I'm a candidate for mayor of Pulaski. I humbly ask you for your support and vote in the November 8th election. Thank you.
Paid for by the committee to elect J.J. Brindley. Sarah W. Reese, Treasurer.
Are you ready for your next challenge? I'm Ryan Cox with Giles County Fire Rescue. 7 stations in Giles County have fired up the call for volunteers to join forces for fire protection and emergency rescue response. No matter where you are in Giles County, there's a place to serve near you. Giles County Fire Rescue is always looking for bright and enthusiastic people to volunteer. Our members come from all walks of life. Serve and protect your family, your friends, your neighbors by volunteering with Giles County Fire Rescue. To volunteer or donate, visit our website at gilescountyfirerescue.org.
Hi, I'm Hagan Haney, and I wanted to tell you about Haney Realty and Property Management. It's my dad's business, but he has a lot of really nice and smart people who work with him. When people want to sell or buy a house or some land, they call my dad and his friends at Haney Realty and Property Management. It must be a lot of fun because every time I see them, they're smiling. Haney Realty and Property Management is your best friend in real estate. Give them a call at 347-9150.
If you're looking to spread the word, look no further than Holly's Printing, where Giles Countyans have been printing for more than 60 years. Signs, banners, wall graphics, auto graphics, window clings, and more. Holly's Printing will help you get the word out in style with custom services and installation. Choose the materials that best fit your needs, choose the design that matches your message, and choose the size that gets your message the most attention. Let Holly's Printing make you look good in print. Call 931-363-3161.
M&M Staffing, LLC is Giles County's locally owned staffing agency. Owner John Braden Harper, Cree Holt, and Mercedes Houston are from Giles County. They know Giles County and they care about this community. M&M Staffing supports local schools, athletes, organizations, and causes. When you're looking for your next career or looking to fill a position, look no further than your locally owned business, M&M Staffing. Find us on Facebook, 450 Bennett Drive, or fill out an application online at mnmstaffing.net.
First Realty Group is first in community and school support. They love Giles County. They love Giles County students, and they love Giles County's athletes. For First Realty Group, connecting buyers and sellers goes hand in hand with supporting their neighbors, schools, teachers, local businesses, and organizations. First Realty Group also loves putting sold signs on their clients' properties. Let their friendly and knowledgeable agents help you get your own sold sign. Call 363-2644 and visit them at frg1.com.
Hi, this is J.J. Brindley. I'm a candidate for mayor of Pulaski. I humbly ask you for your support and vote in the November 8th election. Thank you.
Paid for by the committee to elect J.J. Brindley. Sarah W. Reese, Treasurer.
Hi, this is Jen Williams with Giles County Fire and Rescue. Responding to 350 incidents per year from 7 locations throughout our county, Giles County Fire and Rescue exists to save lives and protect property. Giles County Fire and Rescue offers the highest level of skills and training, and we are committed to the safety of our community and our responders. Regardless of where you are in the county, there's a Giles County Fire and Rescue station near you. Visit our website at gilescountyfirerescue.org.
Haney Realty and Property Management considers it a privilege to help you find the right deal. Hi, this is Daniel Haney. Are you listing, selling, buying, renting, or looking for property management? Let Haney Realty and Property Management create the plan that fits your needs. Our agents bring diverse experience and knowledge of Giles County, Middle Tennessee, and North Alabama. We offer a friendly, professional, and creative approach to your specific needs. Haney Realty and Property Management is your best friend in real estate. Call 347-9150 and find our listings at HaneyRealtyPM.com.
If you're looking to spread the word, look no further than Holly's Printing, where Giles Countyans have been printing for more than 60 years. Signs, banners, wall graphics, auto graphics, window clings, and more. Holly's Printing will help you get the word out in style with custom services and installation. Choose the materials that best fit your needs, choose the design that matches your message, and choose the size that gets your message the most attention. Let Holly's Printing make you look good in print. Call 931-363-3161.
M&M Staffing LLC is Giles County's locally owned staffing agency. Owner John Braden Harper, Cree Holt, and Mercedes Houston are from Giles County. They know Giles County and they care about this community. M&M Staffing supports local schools, athletes, organizations, and causes. When you're looking for your next career or looking to fill a position, look no further than your locally owned business, M&M Staffing. Find us on Facebook, 450 Bennett Drive, or fill out an application online at mnmstaffing.net.
Hi, this is J.J. Brindley. I'm a candidate for mayor of Pulaski. I humbly ask you for your support and vote in the November 8th election. Thank you.
Paid for by the committee to elect J.J. Brindley. Sarah W. Reese, Treasurer.
Giles County is growing, and you need an established and trusted real estate partner to make sure you get the best price possible for your property. First Realty Group is that partner, celebrating their 26th year here in 2022 and looking forward to helping you make the big decisions that will affect you and your family for years to come. Visit frg1.com. Let them show you why First Realty Group is first for a reason.
Hi, this is J.J. Brindley. I'm a candidate for mayor of Pulaski. I humbly ask you for your support and vote in the November 8th election. Thank you.
Paid for by the committee to elect J.J. Brindley. Sarah W. Reese, Treasurer.
Are you ready for your next challenge? I'm Ryan Cox with Giles County Fire Rescue. 7 stations in Giles County have fired up the call for volunteers to join forces for fire protection and emergency rescue response. No matter where you are in Giles County, there's a place to serve near you. Giles County Fire Rescue is always looking for bright and enthusiastic people to volunteer. Our members come from all walks of life. Serve and protect your family, your friends, your neighbors by volunteering with Giles County Fire Rescue. To volunteer or donate, visit our website at gilescountyfirerescue.org.
Hi, I'm Hagen Haney, and I wanted to tell you about Haney Realty and Property Management. It's my dad's business, but he has a lot of really nice and smart people who work with him. When people want to sell or buy a house or some land, they call my dad and his friends at Haney Realty and Property Management. It must be a lot of fun because every time I see them, they're smiling. Haney Realty and Property Management is your best friend in real estate. Give them a call at 347-9150.
If you're looking to spread the word, look no further than Holly's Printing, where Giles Countyans have been printing for more than 60 years. Signs, banners, wall graphics, auto graphics, window clings, and more. Holly's Printing will help you get the word out in style with custom services and installation. Choose the materials that best fit your needs, choose the design that matches your message, and choose the size that gets your message the most attention. Let Holly's Printing make you look good in print. Call 931-363-3161.
M&M Staffing LLC is Giles County's locally owned staffing agency. Owner John Braden Harper, Cree Holt, and Mercedes Houston are from Giles County. They know Giles County and they care about this community. M&M Staffing supports local schools, athletes, organizations, and causes. When you're looking for your next career or looking to fill a position, look no further than your locally owned business, M&M Staffing. Find us on Facebook, 450 Bennett Drive, or fill out an application online at mnmstaffing.net.
First Realty Group is first in community and school support. They love Giles County. They love Giles County students, and they love Giles County's athletes. For First Realty Group, connecting buyers and sellers goes hand in hand with supporting their neighbors, schools, teachers, local businesses, and organizations. First Realty Group also loves putting sold signs on their clients' properties. Let their friendly and knowledgeable agents help you get your own sold sign. Call 363-2644 and visit them at frg1.com.
Hi, this is J.J. Brindley. I'm a candidate for mayor of Pulaski. I humbly ask you for your support and vote in the November 8th election. Thank you.
Paid for by the committee to elect J.J. Brindley. Sarah W. Reese, Treasurer.
Hi, this is Jen Williams with Giles County Fire and Rescue. Responding to 350 incidents per year from 7 locations throughout our county, Giles County Fire and Rescue exists to save lives and protect property. Giles County Fire and Rescue offers the highest level of skills and training, and we are committed to the safety of our community and our responders. Regardless of where you are in the county, there's a Giles County Fire and Rescue station near you. Visit our website at gilescountyfirerescue.org.
Haney Realty and Property Management considers it a privilege to help you find the right deal. Hi, this is Daniel Haney. Are you listing, selling, buying, renting, or looking for property management? Let Haney Realty and Property Management create the plan that fits your needs. Our agents bring diverse experience and knowledge of Giles County, Middle Tennessee, and North Alabama. We offer a friendly, professional, and creative approach to your specific needs. Haney Realty and Property Management is your best friend in real estate. Call 347-9150 and find our listings at HaneyRealtyPM.com.
If you're looking to spread the word, look no further than Holly's Printing, where Giles Countyans have been printing for more than 60 years. Signs, banners, wall graphics, auto graphics, window clings, and more. Holly's Printing will help you get the word out in style with custom services and installation. Choose the materials that best fit your needs, choose the design that matches your message, and choose the size that gets your message the most attention. Let Holly's Printing make you look good in print. Call 931-363-3161.
M&M Staffing LLC is Giles County's locally owned staffing agency. Owner John Braden Harper, Cree Holt, and Mercedes Houston are from Giles County. They know Giles County and they care about this community. M&M Staffing supports local schools, athletes, organizations, and causes. When you're looking for your next career or looking to fill a position, look no further than your locally owned business, M&M Staffing. Find us on Facebook, 450 Bennett Drive, or fill out an application online at mnmstaffing.net.
Hi, this is JJ Brindley. I'm a candidate for mayor of Pulaski. I humbly ask you for your support and vote in the November 8th election. Thank you.
Paid for by the committee to elect J.J. Brindley. Sarah W. Reese, Treasurer. Giles County is growing, and you need an established and trusted real estate partner to make sure you get the best price possible for your property. First Realty Group is that partner. Celebrating their 26th year here in 2022 and looking forward to helping you make the big decisions that will affect you and your family for years to come. Visit frg1.com. Let them show you why First Realty Group is first for a reason.
Hi, this is JJ Brindley. I'm a candidate for mayor of Pulaski. I humbly ask you for your support and vote in the November 8th election. Thank you.
Paid for by the committee to elect J.J. Brindley. Sarah W. Reese, Treasurer.
Are you ready for your next challenge? I'm Ryan Cox with Giles County Fire Rescue. 7 stations in Giles County have fired up the call for volunteers to join forces for fire protection and emergency rescue response. No matter where you are in Giles County, there's a place to serve near you. Giles County Fire Rescue is always looking for bright and enthusiastic people to volunteer. Our members come from all walks of life. Serve and protect your family, your friends, your neighbors by volunteering with Giles County Fire Rescue. To volunteer or donate, visit our website at gilescountyfirerescue.org.
Hi, I'm Hagen Haney, and I wanted to tell you about Haney Realty and Property Management. It's my dad's business, but he has a lot of really nice and smart people who work with him. When people want to sell or buy a house or some land, they call my dad and his friends at Haney Realty and Property Management. It must be a lot of fun because every time I see them, they're smiling. Haney Realty and Property Management is your best friend in real estate. Give them a call at 347-9150.
If you're looking to spread the word, look no further than Holly's Printing, where Giles Countyans have been printing for more than 60 years. Signs, banners, wall graphics, auto graphics, window clings, and more. Holly's Printing will help you get the word out in style with custom services and installation. Choose the materials that best fit your needs, choose the design that matches your message, and choose the size that gets your message the most attention. Let Holly's Printing make you look good in print. Call 931-
Okay, the next order of business, please.
The next order of business is the election of the county attorney. Present county attorney is Lucy Henson. The county attorney will be appointed for a one-year term expiring September 30, 2023.
Commissioner Curry?
I'd like to make a motion to suspend Rules 2 and Rule 7 to allow the county attorney nominees to speak to the commission. And the way I understand this, they just can speak and we cannot ask them questions.
Correct. Commissioner Reisner? I'll second. Commissioner Wamble? Okay. Can we just do a roll call vote on that, please? Vote.
To suspend the rules.
To suspend the rules, thank you.
Vote is 21 ayes.
Okay, there were 4 candidates that submitted packages to the commission for consideration. They were Tom Dannison, Brent McCamey, Chris Williams, and Patricia Kreider. Tom Dannison is not with us, so we have 3 candidates that are here with us. We're giving each of them 3 minutes to speak, and I'm going to their resumes and their CVs. So first is Mr. Brent McCamey. Would you come to the podium, please?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to begin by expressing my appreciation for being given the opportunity to be here. Regardless of the decision this council makes, I'm very excited for the future of Giles County. My name is Brent McCamey. I've been a resident of Lawrence County for 30 years, so I can very much appreciate the similar values that Giles County may have, that may hold, and want to ensure, even in this day and age. For example, my wife, my daughter, and I regularly attend church, where I've also been a Bible school teacher for several years. I graduated from National School of Law during the height of the pandemic in May of 2020. In law school, I excelled in multiple subjects and was given awards of excellence in various areas of law, including Tennessee constitutional law. With this legal education, I was able to pass the universal bar exam with a score high enough to transfer to any state in this country. While my political affiliations are conservative, I feel that it is more appropriate to note that the attorneys of this state are required to take an oath to support the constitutions of both the United States and the state of Tennessee. This means that sometimes my political philosophy has little to do with the interpretation of the law. However, I am an originalist. I believe in the original interpretation of the law based on what the framers intended. Simply put, this means that my counsel will provide an interpretation of the law that upholds the rights of Giles County citizens and does not simply bend to the trends and fads of the day. As far as legal experience, I recognize that it is limited if it is only looked at by a statistic. However, because of my youth in the legal field, I can guarantee a zeal and work ethic that will be unmatched. Because of the early nature of my legal career, I will be able to devote my time to this position and give it the time that this county deserves. On the other hand, I am able to tout an experience as an educator that would be unparalleled and invaluable to this commission. For nearly 10 years, I have seen and experienced the struggles that all educators and school systems have had to face every day. I say this because I imagine that the education system in Giles County will and should be a focal point for this commission. Since the majority of the Commission's decisions will be felt first in the schools. My experience can be extremely beneficial since I am able to relay my legal knowledge through the lenses of both an attorney and an educator. I also appreciate the task at hand for this Commission because of the drastic change in the scope and landscape of education in Giles County since the University of Tennessee has taken it upon themselves to call this community one of their places of operation. In this position, I would relish the chance to use my legal knowledge, my personal relationships with the University of Tennessee's Board of Directors, my relationships with other nonprofit organizations in this state that enhance the level of education in which they work to benefit not just the education system of Giles County, but the county in general. Together, this governing body will be able to have the effect that it desires. We will be able to move this community forward while upholding the values that we all appreciate in counties such as this. Again, I sincerely appreciate this opportunity, and I thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. McCaney. And Mr. Williams, please.
Good morning. It's good to be back with this group and in front of this group. And I won't spend a lot of time because most of you on this group know the work that I do and the services that I offer to the county. I began county work when I was called on to tackle two of the most difficult things that this county commission has tackled in quite some time. And that was an election contest that made it to the Court of Appeals and the Exit 14 eminent domain case. And we successfully did both of those. So the questions you may have is, what does a county attorney really do? And that's a good question for a lot of people. And so let me tell you, a county attorney has to do some of every type of law, except hopefully bankruptcy, right? A county attorney has to be able to counsel on the Tennessee Open Records Act and to get government through that without having any liability. It's got to be able to go to the Adult-Oriented Establishment Board and say exactly what the law holds and exactly what the potential liability is. The county attorney has to work with each individual office, if it's an intra-county agreement, if it's an inter-county agreement, so that we can carry out the business that you choose to do. So a county attorney has to research and know the law and be able to tell you what it is. A county attorney has to be able to advise in what that law is and what options you have. And then the county attorney has to be able to carry that out, whether that's in writing or whether it's here at this podium in this courtroom, which is essentially my second office. And so I've not actively campaigned for this. I offer my services to the county and those of my office members. And so I've had several of you reach out to me and you've asked me, well, how would you vote on this? Or what do you think about that? And my answer has been the same. I'm an attorney. I do what my client tells me to do. Those of you in this room know that I have never given a substantive opinion on anything that's ever come through this county. The reason? The citizens of Giles County have elected you to make those decisions. The citizens of Giles County have elected you to determine what the policy is. And when it's time to carry out that policy, whatever it is, it's the county attorney that's called upon to do it. I've done it, and I've done it successfully. Sometimes I've been asked to give my opinion on things. There's been one occasion where my opinion on a course of action should be taken was not taken. And that was after the Rutherford County probation lawsuit. When I said early on, if we don't change how we're doing probation, it's going to cost the county. And the decision was made to go forward. I respected that, actively defended the county along with our insurance counsel, and we saw how that went. That's what I believe an essential county attorney has to be. Someone that can work with each of you, someone that can effectuate the change that you want to make in this county and can represent the citizens of Giles County just like someone born and who chose to come back to Giles County, needs. Right? Thank you all for your consideration. Thank you for your trust and confidence in the past.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. And Ms. Kreider, please.
I am Patricia Kreider. I've had a farm in this county for over 40 years. I'm the mother of 3 grown children. The middle daughter also is a landowner here in Giles County. My approach to what I'm going to tell you today is based on my area of practice. Lawyers have different areas of practice: civil trial lawyers, criminal lawyers, and others that deal with business and finance. I'm a graduate of Vanderbilt Law School, and I have an extra legal degree that's called an LLM. In the course of my practice, I represent entities and look at their operating procedures, which would typically be your contracts, your insurance, your HR, and so forth. In the course of past week, I've tried to talk to different commissioners to find out their perspectives. I've talked to Lucy Henson and I've talked to Tim Underwood. And I have reviewed your federal litigation. I'm not going to give you a policy statement. I'm going to tell you where you are. The commissioners all report to the state of Tennessee. They have fiduciary duties and obligations to the citizens of this community to be fiscally responsible, and ultimately the state of Tennessee is your supreme boss. Several years ago, the comptroller of the currency at that time, Justin Wilson, tried to deal with some of these issues that you have faced and would be fairly easy for you to go ahead and solve. Justin was one of my former partners, also business and LLM, and ran the state finances for over 20 years. I spent hours reading some of your federal litigation, and that's basically in 2 categories. And I have to tell you that you have some problems. Recently, you had federal litigation, criminal litigation, that has severely affected your county. Now, people have said they're constitutional lawyers. Before I went to law school, there weren't very many women in the law. There were 4 of us who graduated at Vanderbilt. I was the first woman partner. So I was licensed as a teacher, and I taught civics. As you may know, Governor Lee has thought that's important, and civics will be reintroduced into our high schools. And I believe in education, and I am one of Randy Boyd's Tennessee mentors, trying to help your high school students so they will get the free 2-year scholarship. But in any event, the problem with this federal litigation is that it was a class action, which meant that Washington lawyers came in with a number of states involved, and Giles County was one of them. There are currently federal requirements that are affecting your county, and the federal government cannot, or a federal court judge cannot control states. This issue will have to be addressed and managed. It's not something that a county attorney can handle. You're going to have to deal with the insurance carrier, talk to the Ferrara attorneys who handled this. I don't know why they didn't appeal it, but your district attorney and your sheriff and deputies cannot act. You will have more litigation. They cannot manage current criminals who are out. Someone will be attacked, someone may be killed. Mothers against drunk driving will have issues. That is a business attorney issue. That is something I'm telling you, you must handle. In the area of your schools, you currently have 2 federal cases. one handled by the Farrow firm, another by Ortel Kelly, which is a firm 2 blocks from my office.
Ms. Prater, just
Yes.
to wrap up.
Oh, okay. You have had similar cases like these before, and you paid a lot of money to other attorneys. This is driving up your insurance costs. Fees need to be managed, and what I would do is have the best attorney handle your situations so that you comply with state law. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Pryor. So again, the 4 candidates for your consideration are Tom Dannison, who is not here, Mr. Brent McKamey, Mr. Chris Williams, and Ms. Pryor, who you've heard from. So how would the commission like to proceed? Mr. Reisner?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to nominate Chris Williams, please.
And a second from Ms. Curry. Mr. Savage?
I'd like to nominate Ms. Patricia Kreider.
And a second by Mr. Rubelski. Any comment or discussion from the commission? Yes, Mr. Reisner?
I make a motion to nominate Cease.
And a second by Mr. Womble. We're going to have to do a voice vote.
Ms. Curry?
Williams.
Mr. Lathrop?
Patricia Kreider.
Ms. Woodard?
Williams.
Mr. Jones?
Kreider.
Mr. Womble?
Williams.
Mr. Wilmer?
Williams.
Mr. Adams?
Williams.
Ms. Guthrie?
Kreider.
Mr. Reisner?
Mr. Williams.
Mr. Hopkins?
Kreider.
Mr. Reedy?
Williams.
Mr. Savage?
Kreider.
Mr. Butler?
Williams.
Ms. Jones?
Kreider.
Mr. Rubelski?
Patricia Kreider.
Mr. Badur?
Kreider.
Ms. Brown?
Williams.
Mr. Sutton?
Williams.
Ms. Goolsby?
Williams.
Ms. Pruitt?
Williams.
And Mr. Woodard?
Kreider.
12 for Mr. Williams and 9 for Ms. Kreider.
Congratulations, Mr. Williams. Next order of business. Ms. Goldie? Excuse me?
Can we thank Ms. Henson?
Yes.
Ms. Henson, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for all your hard work. Thank you. And everything you've done for us. Thank you. You did a wonderful job. Thank you.
Amen. Okay, the next order of business.
The next election is the County Financial Management Committee. Present members are the county executive, the director of schools, and highway superintendent. They are appointed to this committee by statute. The chairman of the budget committee is appointed to this committee by rule of this court. You are to elect 3 members for 1-year terms. The present members on this committee are Stoney Jackson, Tommy Pollard, and Tracy Wilson.
Commissioner Gail Jones.
I nominate Commissioner Wilburn.
And Commissioner Joyce Woodard.
Yes, I nominate Roger Reedy.
Commissioner Womble.
I'll second Wilbur.
Thank you. Ms.
I
Goolsby.
nominate motion, Ms. Pruitt.
Commissioner Goolsby nominated Ms. Pruitt. And a second from Ms. Woodard. And one more, please. Okay. We have three nominees. Okay. I'm sorry, Ms. Brown. Mr. Bedore. Yeah, there are three positions open.
I second it.
And second for Mr. Bedore. So we're to elect three members, and we have four nominees right now. The nominees right now are Commissioner Wilburn, Commissioner Reedy, Commissioner Pruitt, and Commissioner Bedore. How would the commission like to proceed? Okay. We'll do a roll call, and you can vote for three. Do you need to name the names again?
Yes.
Okay. It's Commissioner Wilburn, Commissioner Reedy, Commissioner Pruitt, and Commissioner Bedore.
I'll give you three names. Ms. Curry,
Wilburn, Reedy, Bedore.
Mr. Lathrop,
Wilburn, Woodard, Bedore.
didn't hear you.
I'm sorry.
It's Woodard, Reedy, Pruitt, or Bedore. Wilburn, Reedy, Pruitt, or Bedore. You vote for three.
Wilburn, Bedore, Reedy.
I'm sorry, say again.
You couldn't hear me?
No.
Wilburn, Bedore, Reedy.
Okay.
Gotcha. Ms. Woodard,
Reedy, Pruitt, Bedore.
Mr. Jones,
Wilburn, Ms. Pruitt, Bedore.
Mr. Wallace,
Wilburn, Pruitt, Bedore.
Mr. Wilburn,
Wilburn, Pruitt, Bedore.
Mr. Adams,
Wilburn, Reedy, Pruitt.
Ms. Guthrie,
Wilburn, Pruitt, Bedore.
Mr. Rice,
Wilburn, Reedy, Pruitt.
Mr. Hopkins,
Wilburn, Bedore, Pruitt.
Mr. Reedy,
Reedy, Pruitt, Bedore.
Mr. Savage,
Wilburn, Bedore, and Reedy.
Mr. Butler,
Reedy, Pruitt, Bedore.
Ms. Jones,
I'm voting for two. I'm voting for Wilburn and Bedore. I'm abstaining on the third.
Mr. Rubelson,
Wilburn, Pruitt, Bedore.
Mr. Bedore,
Wilburn, Pruitt, Bedore.
Ms. Brown,
Wilburn, Bedore, Pruitt.
Baddour, Pruitt, Reed.
Pruitt,
Wilburn, Reedy, Baddour.
and Mr. Woodard.
Wilburn, Pruitt, Baddour.
Mr. Wilburn received 16 votes, Mr. Reed received 11, Ms. Pruitt received 16, and Mr. Baddour received 19.
So the three members will be Commissioner Wilburn, Commissioner Pruitt, and Commissioner Baddour. Next order of
The
business.
next election is the Ethics Committee. The appointees are Rose Brown and Elle Guthrie, Tony Reisner, Matt Rubelski, and Tracy Wilbur. The term of office is 1 year.
And how would the commission like to proceed? Ms. Jones,
I make a motion, please be approved.
second. By Mr. Butler. Please vote.
Vote is 20 ayes and 1 abstain.
The next order of business.
The next election is the Public Records Commission. You are to elect 2 members for 4-year terms, and the present members are Roger Reedy and Joyce Wood.
Mr. Wamble.
Motion to approve. Second.
So that, the motion is to carry these 2 present members for another term. Okay, and the second by Mr. Jones. Any other discussion? Mrs. Jones?
Could we get a review on exactly what the Public Records Committee does? What they're responsible for?
Mr. Williams, would you mind?
Member of the committee already served, you probably talked about this.
Okay. Mr. Reedy, would you like to address the Public Records Commission and your duties and responsibilities?
We just, we meet with the old records group and discuss issues that they may have. We don't meet very frequently, excuse me. We meet with the old records group and we have several community people that are involved other than just us 2 commissioners. And we talk about issues that they have and try to keep them in the loop with the things pertaining to the county. And that's pretty much it. We meet once a year, maybe twice.
And for clarity, it has nothing to do with public records requests of offices on a day-to-day basis.
No.
Right.
Yes, Ms. Woodard?
Yes, we usually just meet maybe every 3 months and go over whatever needs to be going on with the directory.
Thank you. Any other questions, Ms. Jones?
I would like to throw another name in the hat. I'd like to nominate Morris Woodard.
And a second by Mr. Savage. Yes, sir, Mr. Wilbur.
I'd like to nominate Gail Jones.
Second.
So right now for 2 seats, we have Mr. Reedy, Ms. Woodard, and Ms. Gail Jones, and Mr. Morris Woodard. Any other discussion or comment? So we're going to do the same thing, vote by commissioner and vote for 2, please.
Ms. Curry.
Joyce Woodard and Morris Woodard.
Mr. Lathrop.
Gail Jones, Reese Woodard.
Ms. Woodard.
Joyce Woodard and Roger Reedy.
Mr. Jones.
Joyce Woodard, Maurice Woodard.
Mr. Wong.
Woodard and Woodard.
Sir.
Could you say that again?
Woodard and Woodard.
It's common.
Mr. Wilbur.
Morris Woodard, Gail Jones.
Mr. Adams.
Woodard and Woodard.
Ms. Guthrie.
Gail Jones and Morris Woodard.
Mr. Ryder.
Gail Jones, Morris Woodard.
Mr. Hopkins.
Gail Jones, Roger Reedy.
Mr. Reedy.
Reedy and Joyce Woodard.
Mr. Savage.
Gail Jones and Morris Woodard.
Mr. Butler.
Gail Jones, Roger Reedy.
Ms. Jones.
Morris Woodard, Gail Jones.
Mr. Rubelski.
Morris Woodard, Gail Jones.
Mr. Baddour.
Mr. Reedy, Mrs. Jones.
Ms. Graham.
Mr. Reedy, Joyce Woodard.
Mr. Sutton.
Mr. Reedy and Ms. Joyce Woodard.
Ms. Goodwin.
Joyce Woodard and Roger Reedy.
And Ms. Pruitt.
Woodard and Woodard.
And Mr. Woodard.
Gail Jones, Morris Woodard.
Mr. Reedy received 8 votes, Ms. Woodard received 10, Gail Jones got 11, and Mr. Morris Woodard got 13.
So the 2 members will be Mrs. Gail Jones and Mr. Morris Woodard. Okay, next election.
The next election is the Regional Planning Commission. The appointees are Anel Guthrie, John Hayslip, Terry Jones, Malcolm Moore, Connie Howe, and Tommy Pope.
Mr. Wilburn?
Make a motion to approve.
Second. And second by Mr. Reisner. Comments or discussion? Mr. Reedy?
Yes. I'm assuming that in addition to these individuals here, Scott Stewart, Kristen Pfeiffer, Bill Meyer, Tamika Russell, and Aaron Curry would still remain on the committee.
Yes, sir. None of their terms have expired.
Okay.
Any other comments or questions? Please vote.
vote is 20 ayes and 1 abstain.
Okay, next election.
And the next election is Veteran Service Officer. Our president officer is Barry Alsop, and the term of office is 1 year.
Mr. Womble,
Motion to approve.
and a second by Mr. Rubelski. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
And the vote is 21 ayes.
Next order of business.
Next order of business is reports. Today's reports are the Giles County Finance Director's report for July 2022, which includes the general fund, drug, American Rescue Plan, probation fund, highway, school, federal, food service, debt service, capital projects, highway capital projects, education capital projects, and education capital number 2, and other capital projects. We also have the annual report of the Giles County Veteran Service Officer. Barry also is on the desk.
Ms. Curry,
Make a motion, we approve.
and a second for Ms. Brown. Any comments or discussion? Please vote.
The vote is 21 ayes.
And the next order of business.
The next order of business is contracts, agreements, and grants. And we have the following: the Peace Business Machine Southside Elementary School, effective date 4/12/22 to 4/12/23. The Peace Business Machines Minor Middle School, effective date 4/12/22 to 4/12/23. The Peace Business Machines CTE, we have 2 of those, 4/12/22 and 4/12/23.
Mr. Wong,
I'll make a motion to consolidate and vote on these as one.
and a second by Mr. Butler. Okay, any comments or discussion on that? Okay, so we're gonna vote on these as one. Please vote.
The vote is 21 ayes.
The next order of business.
And the next order of business is resolutions. Our first resolution is amendment number 2022-51, authorizing the amendment of the 2022-2023 budget of county general fund.
Ms. Curry,
Yeah, we need to suspend the rules again. This would be Rule 21, which is our charitable and nonprofit organizations rules. So I make a motion to suspend that rule.
okay. Is there a second? Second by Ms. Goolsby. Okay. We need to make a vote on suspending the rules. So please vote.
Only vote two.
The vote is 20 ayes and 1 no.
Motion carried. How would the commission like to proceed?
I make a motion that we approve this resolution.
We have a motion to approve the resolution. And a second by Mr. Bedore. Is there a comment or discussion? Ms. Curry?
I would like to just refresh everyone's memory on this. This was voted on in the April 8th committee meeting, budget committee meeting, to give the Trail of Tears and the Boys and Girls Club their appropriation, the request.
Yeah, Mr. Savage.
So are we voting to give the Boys and Girls Club $5,000 instead of the original $1,000 that they requested?
Yes.
That's what passed through the budget committee.
Yes, Mr. Reed?
Yes. The Boys and Girls Club of Pulaski has been riding on the coattail of Murray County for a while because we haven't fully funded them. Murray County organization has funded the rest of what we need. So that goes into to the kitty running the operation, and that is, I guess, the idea of why we go ahead and give what they have requested there. And as far as the Trail of Tears is concerned, they are a big part of tourism. The number one and number two sources of income in this county is number one is agriculture, number two is tourism. So, you know, you kind of feed your organizations that keep you going and generate your income.
Yes, Mr. Bedore?
If I make a comment on the Boys and Girls Club, I had the opportunity to visit the Boys and Girls Club recently and took a tour. I may be a little biased. Boys and Girls Club is in my district, but I was blessed enough that I didn't go to the Boys and Girls Club, but there are a lot of families that having this group available, allowing parents, for example, to work in the afternoons to the end of their 5 or 6 o'clock shift. You know, it's not simply daycare. They teach life skills. I observed just in my hour there a lot of individual interactions that seemed meaningful to these children on a day-to-day basis where they otherwise may not have that guidance, other mentors. And I would ask you all to at least consider this not as a handout, but an investment in our youth. At least the Boys and Girls Club will tell you that for every dollar you invest in that club, there's a potential for $9.60 to return to the community. Again, teaching life skills, preparing young people to be prepared to work in the workforce and contribute to the economy in different ways. I would ask that we do consider this a partnership and an investment in our youth.
Mr. Savage?
I'd like to make a motion to amend the amount given to the Boys and Girls Club from $5,000 to the original $1,000 that they asked for.
Is there a second from Mr. Rubelski? Yes, sir, Mr.
Second.
Lake. Okay, we have a second. Thank you. So we need to vote on that specifically before we go further. So the vote, yes, ma'am.
Yes, before you vote, I'd like to vote on the Trail of Tears also. When I left the Chamber of Tourism, the Chamber decided not to take on the responsibility of the Trail of Tears, and it just kind of 2 or 3 years. And this group has come back in there to bring it back up. They bring a lot of tourists in here, which brings in hotel, motel tax. So we need to help them reestablish tourism because right now there's not a lot going on with tourism as far as getting people in here. So I highly recommend that.
Yes, ma'am. We have, I think, 2 things before you right now. One is a motion with a second to amend the $5,000 of the Boys and Girl Club to $1,000.
Yes.
We need to vote on that, and then we'll get back to the original resolution, which takes care of the Trail of Tears. Okay? So the vote that we'll take right now is to reduce the proposal for 5,000 Boys and Girls Club to 1,000. Any other comment or discussion on that one issue? Yes, ma'am.
Can I ask two questions? The original thing they asked for was 5,000, and then they reduced it to 1,000, am I correct?
That's my understanding.
I think so. Lots happens this
Okay,
week.
all right. Can I speak towards either way?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So I just want to say it's experience as a teacher. This is not a babysitter group. They contact all of us teachers and ask what we're working on specifically. And then work with the children to those skills. They didn't just ask me one time. They asked throughout the school year. So if a child is struggling, they would contact us and say, can you give me something to work with them? So they work closely with the public school system. They're not just babysitting the children. They are taking care of the children, and they are helping. But they are making a difference in their day-to-day school life, not just their day-to-day life. I think they're an asset, and if we could help them, the most we could help them is much better than trying to cut it short. Thank you.
Mr. Sutton.
I support the Boys and Girls Club. I hope the commission supports the 5,000 because it makes a positive statement to Giles County. We're trying to help the young people in our community. You can get more with 5 than you can with 1. And they seem to be concerned, working to make it better. Plus the fact, if the Boys and Girls Club continues to improve, it makes us sound good if we are concerned about our youth. So I hope that we will go with the $5,000. No disrespect to you, sir. My view is different than yours. But I should definitely support the Boys and Girls Club for their original amount.
Mr. Savage.
I'd just like to say that I do believe the Boys and Girls Club does wonderful things. I do support the organization. The issue that I have is taking taxpayer-funded money towards charities. Taxpayers' money is supposed to go to essential functions. It's forcibly confiscated from landowners that should be used for essential functions. I support the Boys and Girls Club, but charitable contributions should be made out of their own heart, not by the commission given the organization.
Any other comments or discussion? Okay, so we're going to proceed to vote, and this vote is solely on the motion that was seconded was to reduce the amount from 5,000 to 1,000. So a yes vote is for the reduction from 5,000 to 1,000. Okay. Yes, Mr. Wong.
And then we will vote on whether or not. Then we'll vote on whether or not to approve the 1,000. This is the two vote.
Yes, sir. Right. Mr. Jones.
As a new commissioner, I'd like to ask, is there any way we could table this for a month and have more discussion about where we sit on money before we either reduce it or give it? Because I hate coming here on our very first day and don't give away money that we don't know to charitable organizations. I do understand wanting to reduce it because that is all that they asked for, 1,000. So I'm thinking if we give them 1,000, they should be satisfied with that. I do understand wanting to raise it to 5,000. Club being a great thing. I hate to see them either get it reduced or get it knocked out through lack of knowledge.
Right. Mr. Wilbur?
Yes, sir. I agree with Terry. One way we could do it, we could send it back to the budget committee to catch all the new people up on what was discussed. It's hard for them to vote on something they had never heard any discussion on. And I'll make a motion to send it back to the budget committee to catch everybody up on speed.
Oh, Mr. Wong?
I'll second that.
Okay, I want to do one thing at a time because the motion that's already before us and is seconded is to reduce the amount from 5,000 to 1,000, and then I think we need to take up what you were just addressing. So can we just, yes, sir?
Unless they would like to pull their motion.
Unless that motion would like to be rescinded. Savage made a motion and Mr. Rubelski seconded to reduce the amount from 5,000 to 1,000. If you'd like to rescind that, we can go back to the discussion as to whether we send this back to committee or not.
I'll rescind my second to get further knowledge.
And Mr. Savage rescinds that motion. Okay. So now we're back to the issue as to whether we look at sending this back to a committee. And Ms. Curry needs to make a comment.
Well, I wanted to say Beth has already worked out our next budget committee meeting for Thursday, September 29th at 9 a.m. So that can be added to the agenda. We
Okay.
so choose.
So where we are right now, we have this resolution before us that was going to be voted on here. And the question is whether you want to vote on that resolution or whether you'd like to send the whole works back to the budget committee. And that's up to you all. Yes, sir.
I would make a motion that we go ahead and vote on the Trail of Tears and then let the Boys and Girls Club go back to the budget.
So separate the resolution. Can we do that? I think we've got a resolution as a whole. Yes, Mr. Wamble.
So we have a motion and a second to send this back to the budget committee this time.
That was.
Yes, Mr. Reedy.
I understood that that's the second motion was.
I can't hear you.
The Boys and Girls Club. I understood that motion was pertaining to the Boys and Girls Club of $1,000.
Yes, Mr. Back to the original motion. Well,
Yes,
specifically,
what the motion I made was to send the whole thing back to the whole resolution for to catch all the new commissioners up to speed.
For Trail of Tears and Boys and Girls Club, and that was seconded.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
For my motion.
Yes, sir. Mr. Reedy rescinded that. Mr. Woodard.
Carol, can you clear the board, because some of us had already voted.
That was a vote before that.
You'll have to do a roll call again. Okay, so now I'm going to clarify for myself as well as for you all what you're voting on. We're voting on, yes would be to send this whole resolution back to the budget committee. A no vote would keep us in this holding pattern and we revisit this in this commission meeting. Is that clear? Okay, so please vote. Vote is 18 ayes and 3 noes.
The motion carried and the resolution moves back to the budget committee for discussion. Next order of business.
Next order of business is Resolution 2022-52, authorizing the approval of surety bonds and insurance policies for other county officials and county employees required to have bonds, and to approve surety bonds and insurance policies for other county officials and county employees. The bonds are for the trustee, the assessor of property, circuit court clerk, collector master commissioner, and receiver, coroner, medical examiner, county clerk, finance director, highway chief, administrative officer, register of deeds, and sheriff.
Yes, Mr. Reiser?
Motion to approve.
And a second from Mr. Butler?
Second.
Any other comments or discussion? Please vote.
vote is 21 ayes.
And the next order of business?
And the next resolution is 2022-53, approving the Giles County Solid Waste Recycling Department and Giles County Sheriff's Department to accept the maintenance litter grant contract from the state of Tennessee for 2022-2023.
Mr. Wilbur?
Motion to approve.
Second. Mr. Butler? Any comments or discussion? Please vote.
Vote is 20 ayes and 1 no. Oh, sorry, 1 abstaining, sorry.
And the next order of business?
The next order of business is unfinished business.
What are the wishes of the commission? Are there any unfinished business? Is there any unfinished business to address? Seeing none, what is the next order of business?
Next order of business is new business.
Is there any new business to address? Ms. Goldsby.
I would like to have a school committee meeting on Thursday, the 29th at 9 o'clock, and the budget committee meeting will follow directly afterwards. That is Thursday, the 29th at 9 o'clock at the annex.
Could I get those 2 times again? There's one for school?
School is at 9.
Okay.
And the budget will follow directly after. So
Thank you.
really it doesn't matter.
Thank you. Are there any others? Well, Mr. Wilburn?
Will we still be getting notifications of the subcommittee meetings through email or by U.S. Postal or how we?
I'm going to use email predominantly, but I've got to work with Mr. Adams down the road from me, and I'll go visit him or give him a call.
Just bring it to me.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir. I have one order of new business, and that is I'm working with an attorney who represents TDEC for these water and wastewater grants that are going to be used throughout our county. We have 5 water districts plus Ardmore. It's a very complicated grant. I want to say it's $3.8 million that we have to spread out across our water districts. It's only for water and wastewater improvement. It cannot be used, it specifically is outlined that it cannot be used for new lines. So the utility districts have all submitted their proposals for their most pressing work. The attorney I'm working with that works for TDEC is helping me deal with all the engineers that we're in touch with on these issues, but this needs to go through you all as a commission for your approval as we figure out how to apportion that $3.8 million through the different utility districts. So the other part of this is this grant has a 1 November deadline, and I'm concerned that if we go to our 3rd Monday in October to deal with this, that we're pressing up against that deadline. So I'd like to consider a special meeting just to deal with this water and wastewater project that's going to be coming at us. And this attorney has got 3 October penciled into her agenda where she can come and discuss this with you. She's the one that's been working on this for months. And again, I'm concerned if we put it into regular business for our 3rd Monday in October that we're pressing too close on that deadline. So for the sake of getting the county $3.8 million for that grant, I'd like to propose that we have a 3 October meeting to deal just with that one issue.
Are you asking from 9 a.m. or what's the time?
Yeah, and this, since we have not dealt with our rules to change any time for the commission.
I'm just asking about that one meeting.
Yeah, this one meeting would be, I'm proposing 9 a.m. 3 October, which I believe is a Monday. And I'm still ironing out some details. I just want you to pencil that into your calendar. If I can get back to each of you individually, I'll make sure it's inked in. Any other new business? Yes, Mr. Wilbur.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
And a second and a third and fourth. Thank you.